on it. And please take these papers, fill them out with your question, and give them back. And there's a panel that will choose which question and ask our speakers. All right?
Okay, let me present our next speaker, Mr. Richard Hughes.
Give him a big hand, everybody. Okay. Let's get started.
It began in Africa. These are African rhythms passed down to us from the ancient spirit. Feel the spirit, a unifying force.
Yeah, just together.
Come on, move with the spirit. Stand up, clap your hands, move with the rhythm. Get down, get off.
Thank you, Yanni, for inviting me here. Esteemed hosts and organizers, thank you for everything that you've done to create this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, delegates and friends, it's my pleasure to be able to speak to you today about gem resources of the world. It's something I'm very passionate about, as you'll see, and I think it will just continue on in the same direction that Mr. Hughes kind of started off with. So, as a gemologist who tends to lean towards the scientific end of things, I also am very much about the passion and people connection between gems and us.
From a book when he was 12 years old on gems. My mom, being a typical Greek Indian, told me to go to medical school. So I eventually got rid of the medical school, ended up going into gems, which was my passion. And Federico had a little bit of a head start at 12 years old. He's an expert on Burma. He actually has an office there, and he's practically there every other month. So he's going to give us a great presentation. Federico. Let's give a hand for Federico.
Okay, thank you a lot to Richard, to Edward, that even to Yanni, that are two very famous experts in the world, especially for ruby and sapphire. And thank you also a lot, Richard, to introduce the idea of dream, because now we will travel together to a fantastic place that is Morocco, is a place of dreams. So we will see, we introduce now with a small video this dreaming place that is unique in the world of gems, and especially in the world of rubies. The history of rubies was born in Morocco.
Turn off the light, take a deep breath, and and relax. Start to move slowly, very slowly. Let the rhythm be your guiding light.
Okay, like Edward told you before, Mogok and Myanmar have a lot of connection with India. And even now, is plenty of India people inside Mogok. Mix Myanmar, India, but so there are very strong connection with Mogok and India. Like you say, it's up in the northern Myanmar, you can say on the Shan Plateau, up to Mandalay, is nearly 200 miles up to Mandalay. There is Mogok, that is a valley where there are still today living 500,000 people. Imagine 500,000 people involved only in looking for ruby, sapphire, spinel. They are living, everybody is living only for gems. Here there is an old Russian helicopter that 15 years ago was a way, a new chance to go to Mogok from Mandalay. This is the local way to go to Mogok, because Mogok is out of the world, so you need a 7 hour with such kind of minibus, or trucks, whatever it is, everything is good to arrive to Mogok. This is how today still the people are living there. Nothing is changed in thousands of years. You enter in the time machine. This is a welcome to Ruby Land, this is the entrance to Mogok. And this is the valley of Mogok. Very interesting to see that everywhere in the valley there are mines, because this is the original place where they started to found the rubies thousands of years ago. Still today, people are working there. This is an alluvial deposit. The problem is that after hundreds of years working the same location, the secondary deposits are quite depleted. So all the Myanmar people are obliged to go in secondary mines, the marble mines, that are much more expensive and is a continuously challenge. This, you see, this is downtown, are the local mines, the alluvial mines. You can see here very clearly that the house of the miners are inside the mine, because the miners, they don't want to travel a lot, so it's more convenient to have the mines close to the house. There are still other mines, alluvial mines in other valleys close to Mogok, where it's possible to find rubies and gems, but the local miners still prefer to work the old place. And Mogok people start to work very young. When they are 1.5 years, 2 years old, they start to work. Imagine these people when they are 20. They are computer machine for ruby and sapphire. We think that to go there, they are not developed, but they think that when we go there, we are victims for them. So it's not that these people, they understand much more gems than us at the end of the history. Without the gemological instrument, only looking at the sky, the stone, they can even tell from which mine is coming this gem. So be scared, be afraid that when you go there, you have a super expert, 500,000 people. This is the safety box of Mogok people. The best place. Never lose a rough when you find in this place. They don't use plastic bag or whatever because it can make a hole. In the mouth is the best place to keep any value. This is very interesting, is an old photo. These are two unique pieces. One incredible 1,250 carat glass quality, gem quality without any inclusion. and on the right there is a unique crystal of peridot. These are the two best pieces known at the moment on the market. We return back to ruby to see the most famous ruby in the history of Mogok, and they made a painting. Is the Manga ruby. They was found 100 years ago, and this is the design of such ruby, because at that time it was only cabochon.
Facilissimo. Questo è il miglior posto. Best place of Dato. Best place. Secret, Taji? Secret. Eccolo qua, pezzo eccezionale comprato. Pezzo stratosferico, guardate che colore.
This is a famous ruby crystal. It's a unique piece found in Dato 1 year before this video. This video was made in 1997.
Ecco, vedete, ruby.
Thank you very much for your attention.
It's a tough job as MC trying to cut these things down. They've taken so much work, not just in the photography, but if you think about how much time it takes to all these locations. Now, the next speaker I'm going to introduce is Peter Lickberg, right next to me. Just a quick introduction. I'm half Swedish. Peter's half Swedish. Both of us were born in 1962. Both married Russian women.
Bruna area. What happened in last August? So first, the first information for the locality. These are the typical tourmaline rust from this locality, crystals of rust, and Titum Brune is mostly characterized by this reddish color. Mostly of carving quality. These are the complete crystals from the locality, and these are the broken one used for as carving material. And what is important here is that the color is not bad, in the reddish, and these crystals can be sliced. In the past were sold sometimes as Gianna Bonoina, as Valzuru, as Nandi-Isana. So these stones took a lot of names as a locality of origin, but actually they came all from this Citundruna locality. And these are the typical colors of the nearby locality of Bevondrano, which are in the range of beautiful green, varieties green up to beautiful red. And what is interesting is that these tourmaline from Citundruna are good lithopatite in composition, and they seem to be characterized by bismuth anomaly, which is fairly uncommon in tourmaline. But this tourmaline from Bevondrano, which is a unique situation in Madagascar, are mostly elvite, and which characterize the composition of this crystal. I don't have elements to say that there is significant copper inside here, even if in some localities in Madagascar I found minor copper presence.
Rico reminds me of the scientists that go to, plan the trip to go to the moon. And it's amazing because without people like him, we can't get the gems.